Okay, yeah, so there's 2 out on Epic Games this week. The first one is called Mothergunship. It's a first-person shooter, single-player and online co-op game. It's kind of like a mixture between Borderlands and Doom. Like, the graphic style and kind of how everything look is very Borderlands-like, but it's kind of got the arena style of Doom. And the first-person shooter movement is really smooth, really nice, really fast and crisp. And what the goal is you work your way through a ship, and each room is, for the most part, randomly generated. And your goal is to work your way through, and each room is like an arena, and you have to destroy everything in there, and you work your way through the ship. And then after you clear that ship, you go on to the next ship, which also has these compartmentalized random rooms. Now, over time...
Are there bosses?
Yes, there are bosses. And they're actually pretty crazy. There's a lot of dodging, like rockets and stuff like that. So it's a first-person shooter that keeps you on your toes. And it's also got some RPG elements, like there's a random room in each ship where you can go in there and craft new weapons. And the crafting system is pretty ridiculous. Like, you can really craft some pretty crazy weapons, like ridiculous weapons. And the reception of it has been very good. It's very positive on Steam. It came out July 17th, 2018, so it's not a new game. So it's been around a while.
What's it called again?
It's called Mothergunship.
Mothergunship.
Yeah, developer is Grip Digital and Terrible Posture Games. And the publisher is Grip Digital, uses the Unreal 4 engine. You can get it on PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One.
It's nice. So does it has, like you're saying, like the modern Doom kind of speed, or the old Quake type of quickness where you're running around, goofy ass weapons and shit?
Yes, exactly.
Is it like a co-op, like a Left 4 Dead type thing, where you can have multiple people fighting that's waves of enemies, or what?
Well, I didn't get to play it co-op, so I can't really confirm it. But I was able to play a little bit of the single player. If you want, you and I could maybe hop on there later and check it out co-op. It does seem like it'd be fun getting more into it. I didn't get that far into it, but I did watch reviews, and I looked at what other people thought of it, so that way I had my impressions, and I can kind of compare it to other people's impressions. That's how I usually do it with these, because I don't like every game that I have to play and have to review for Epic Games. So I have to kind of weigh it against everybody else's, and that's one of the reasons why I like going to the Steam reviews. And sometimes I'll even go to the Google user reviews, so that way it's not just my opinion that I'm espousing here. But as far as co-op goes, it wasn't always there. For a while, it was only first-person shooter, or single player.
Oh, yeah.
So the co-op is a newer thing.
Co-op experience. Yeah, it looks like a 2-player. Yeah, some of these guns look pretty fucking stupid as fuck, dude. In a good way.
Yeah. Well, apparently
I'm gonna have eight fucking firing chain guns. So I'm gonna have 20 barrels on my fucking gun.
Yeah, they get ridiculous. Sweet. But I guess at some point, like, it kind of becomes like you can't use everything that you can put on there. So like at some point it kind of becomes redundant, and like some pieces get so large that they'll actually like cover up part of your screen. So it's actually, you got to put on the part of your gun so it doesn't like block your vision as much. But yeah, it's definitely something worth checking out. I mean, it's free, and if you're into first-person shooters, it's not every day that there's a new game where you can flex your FPS skills, So if you don't get free on Epic this week, it's $25 typically to buy it. So yeah, it's a $25 value. It won the Grand Prix White Knights Award, the Best Art White Knights Award in 2018.
Yeah, but whatever. I have no idea what any of this shit even means, these awards.
I know. But like, I don't see awards on every game, so it's not like every game gets them. Official selection Indie Mega Booth, PAX East Showcase 2018 Award.
I just made up my own news. That, you know what? We just have the Nuclear Grenade Awards that we're gonna be giving out.
Dude, you fucker. That's what spit out my energy drink all over my monitor.
So we're gonna give Mothergunship the award for most pointless awards listed on their Steam page. You can go ahead and add that one, Mothergunship.
Oh man.
These awards are very prestigious. We're not going to give them out at random whenever we think it's a funny joke to do. This is very serious and prestigious awards, more so than the White Knight Awards, because White Knights gay, Black Knights badass.
White Knights simps, nuclear grenade, badass motherfuckers.
White Knights little dick bitch, Black Knights obviously huge dicks, really good at basketball. Let's keep it real.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's the nuclear grenade promise.
Oh man. Yeah, so the other free Epic game of the week is Train Sim World 2. And you've played sim games before, like Farming Simulator. Well, this one's a bit more approachable. You know, it's not like you have to read some kind of crazy manual to figure out how to play it. So it's got depth to it, but it's not so crazy that it's unplayable unless you...
Can you lock your conductor in a cage and torture him until he becomes your sex slave?
No.
0 out of 10 game.
No incest? Wow.
Yeah. You can't make trains fuck and pump out fucked up gross trains that have tank treads.
Oh man. It's gotten really good reviews though. It's a solid sim game. It's a casual simulation single player game. If you're familiar with Sims, simulator games. What's up?
People that love these games fucking love these games.
They do. I'm not one of them, but I do understand it. I
get it.
Yeah.
Like I played Fishing for Barents Sea a few months ago, and this one I was like, this I get. So
if you are really into trains, like you would definitely love this. Kind of like how
if you're autistic,
yeah, or like how pilots might love the game Pilot Simulator. You know, it kind of strikes that chord where it's like you can kind of live out your fantasy. But even if you're not like huge into trains, like you could probably still find a lot of enjoyment from this game. It runs pretty smooth. You know, when you go into new rendered areas, sometimes it can get a little bit choppy, but the graphics are really good. You know, they really tried to make it as realistic as possible as far as how it looks and how the trains are laid out and stuff like that. It's Dovetail Games. They're the developer and publisher on that. It's available on PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Came out July 2018. So that's free on Epic. If
no, the base game is free on Epic. You want to hear the total of the game with all DLCs? Like I thought Crusader Kings 2 was bad.
Yeah, that's what I was saying when you were talking about the DLC for Crusader Kings. I was like, wait until you hear about this game, dude.
Yeah, like you only need like 8 expansions on that one to make it like to have the full game. The rest are like flavor packs or troop packs. But this game, looking at it all, and this is no sale, so not on sale. Every single DLC, $972.62 if you want to own the complete Train Sim World 2 experience.
Yep, and that's 39 DLCs, averaging around $25 a pop. Some as high as 30, I believe, and some as low as about 20. So around $25.
Over a K if you pay tax. If you have sales tax, you're paying like almost $1,100 probably.
Yeah, and well, what the idea is that, you know, you don't buy all of them. You buy the route that you're interested in. Yeah, so, but it's overwhelming. You know, like for a gamer like me, when I see DLC like that, like I'm a very completionist-oriented type of gamer. So like if I were to get Train Sim World and I saw that there was DLC, I'd be like, okay, let's look at them. I want to get all of them. And then you see that there's 39 of them, $25 a piece. It's like, I don't even know where to begin looking through these. You know,
they're just overpriced though. Like for what? But I wonder if they're the way they're doing their pricing isn't necessarily just regular video game pricing, but if it's like, did you ever meet those guys when you were a kid who were train guys? Like before video games were a thing, there were these guys, they were train guys, and they would have, like, I knew a guy who was one of my friends from school who was like a neighbor across the street, and his dad in the basement, he wasn't like a car guy, like working out in his garage fixing up a fucking GTO. He was a train guy, and he had this giant table filled with this whole little scene of like little trees and rivers, and he had these multiple little train stations and all these trains that he would just sit there as a grown man. Like, this was like adult men shit.
Yeah.
He'd just sit there drinking whiskey, playing with his fucking train, imagining being a conductor. And like painting his little models.
That's kind of sad.
It's so sad. It's one of the most sad things I can imagine. It's kind of like your 60-year-old WoW nerd that has never had a girlfriend before.
Yeah.
But these guys were always married. Like, that's what's weird too.
Well, they had disposable income. That's what allowed them to kind of pursue that type of hobby. I don't think that's the cheapest hobby to have, to set up this huge model mountain where the train goes through the cave under the mountain, and then, you know.
And those trains were, because they would, like, if you were serious about it, you want to get the ones that we got as kids that were shitty ones. Like, they were like nice metal pieces.
You'd have smoke coming out of the pipe.
Yeah. So I wonder, like, just if this is, I know it scratches that itch, but I wonder if like their pricing is like to compete with more of that side of thing.
Yeah. Well, what's weird, and I don't know if you have this, but like in my mind, I feel like everybody has a little piece of the magic that, or you can at least imagine the magic of trains. Like, let's say you were little and you got like a train set for Christmas. You know, now you kind of associate that train set with Christmas, and trains and Christmas go together for some reason really well, and it kind of creates this mystical idea of trains, and you know, so that might be part
I agree.
of it.
I don't know. I'm half an artist, but I used to go write poetry by the train track, and then sometimes their train would come and I'd always wave at them. And to this day, I still kind of wave at trains. Like, I don't know where I picked that up. Like, hi.
Yeah.
Like from their perspective, like, this kid every time he's like out here waving at us.
Dude, you don't wave.
Weirdo.
You gotta go like that, and then they'll like semi-truck drivers do.
Yeah.
But also, okay, so as far as the DLC goes and like the different chapters of the base game, each route takes about 20 minutes to an hour long to complete. So you're not going to be spending 5 full real-world days going from point A to point B in the game. Obviously, I haven't bought any of the DLC, but if it's going to be $20 for a 20-minute route, you know, I don't know if that's really a good value.
I'm sure they go on sale for cheap, but yeah,
during Christmas.
I mean, some of these have like 6 reviews, and you're like, well, if you have 6 reviews, that probably means you sold like 100.
Not many.
So why is the pricing range here? You know what I mean? Like, if you're selling that few, maybe you would adjust the price on that so you could actually move copies. It's not like you're producing this digital work anymore. It already exists.
You know, maybe it has something to do with the amount of effort that they have to put into like replicating the routes, you know, trying to make it accurate, you know, so they've got artists sitting there looking at real world images and trying to replicate it in game.
Well, of course I know that's the case, but you got to price some of these to move. Maybe they don't have to, because I guess looking at it, it's only came out in August of last year. So this is a brand new game, and it already has $1,000 in content.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's just really fucking ridiculous.
I mean, like, because I totally get like getting high and then just sitting back and watching the countryside digitally.
Drink a cup of coffee.
You know? Yeah, but I mean, to me though, I need some management. I need some I make money from the train routes.
Yeah, some kind of leveling system.
or any kind of management control.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like, for me, just simply going from point A to point B isn't enough. You know, and you gotta like decouple, you know, the cars. But you also have to like turn on the engine and stuff and change the speed, and so I mean there is some interactivity.
You do have traffic, I guess, too.
Yeah, so there's some interactivity to it, you know, but still there's no like once you get to the end, it's not like, oh, you made it successfully. Here's $5,000 to spend on improving some kind of mechanic. But yeah, so I don't think there's anything like that, at least.
What'd you think of the physics? Did it kind of feel like meaty, like a train, like when you're pulling into a station? Or...
Yeah, it feels good. It's very, they did a good job on it. It's realistic, you know, and you can actually go into the train stations and walk around. So they replicated those too, and you can walk through your train and see people sitting there and stuff. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Every gamer's dream.
Yeah, dude. Oh man, I gotta sit in the train and then
walk through the train station.
It. Whoa. You don't even get to take tickets? I would at least want to be able to like, ticket please. Dude, watch, that's the next like expansion. It's like, this is a $50 expansion. More realism than ever. Actually get the excitement and thrill of taking tickets from your passenger. $49.99.
Like there's a...
Oh, you don't have a ticket? Well, ma'am, I'm going to have to ask you to get off the next stop. Please, sir, I couldn't afford a ticket. All right, ma'am. Well, maybe if you give me a Hummer in the bathroom. Yeah. All right, sir, I surely will, I will.
Yeah, I'm a hardcore Train Sim 2 player. Yeah. I turn away people all the time that don't have tickets.
Yeah, maybe you get to rough up hobos that aren't supposed to be on your train with like a bat. And toss them up the side.
Oh, man.
Yeah. That's sick, dude. That's the real train simulator, dude.
So the base game is $30, so you can get that for free on Epic this week. So, but I'm not sure how the DLC would work through Epic. I know it's kind of weird, the difference between Steam and Epic when it comes to DLC sometimes. But I think it should all be on there. But yeah. So there's that one. You got Mothergunship, and you've got Train Sim World 2 this week.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do kind of like, though, that the two games that couldn't scratch two different itches more.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Got this crazy wild shooter, and then I sit on a train and contemplate spending $1,000 on more of the exact same experience.
Oh shit, man. Cracking me up, dude.
This is awesome game, dude. I recommend everyone. And you know what? And that's a nuclear grenade.
Stamp. Guarantee, dude.
Yeah. Stamp of approval.
We're gonna have to.
In fact, they get the very rare and coveted nuclear grenade award for the best value on DLCs of 2021.
We give them an award for the thing that they actually are doing the worst. That should be the nuclear grenade.
Best. Yeah. And you know what it is? The nuclear grenade is like a golden top hat that we award. That's the trophy. And they get to wear that golden top hat for the best pricing on DLCs